Hello. Hello. Nice to meet you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Minku Georgiev. I am from Agricultural University from Bulgaria.
Okay, nice to meet you. I'm Laura Ricci.
Yes, Laura. Yes, we know, but just from distance. From.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can try to see if it works with my presentation. If you want, while we are waiting for the others. And good evening to Claudia Cantisani and Stefano Porfido.
Hello, good evening. Nice to meet you.
Okay. I'm trying to share my presentation if I can. Okay.
Laura, I will come back in a few minutes.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Minko, if you want, we can see in a while. If you have something to, because we're just waiting for the others.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want, or if you want to stay, it's okay for.
Everything is okay.
Okay.
What I can say, I'm 51 years old. I have 3 kids, and I'm very. I'm too. I have a strong confidence that this project will be successful because that what I understand. You are you are a good team from University of Pisa, and I think you are a good jurist, and I hope my person brought. Yes, I can watch your presentation.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Thank you, Minko. We hope so. We hope to do a good job, and we are waiting for Professor Vallini and the other senior researchers of the project. And we are also waiting for the other colleagues. I hope that they received correctly the invitation from me. And okay, if you can see my PowerPoint correctly, okay?
Excellent.
Perfect. So let's see. I can close it and then open it again later. Thank you. Okay.
Presentation disappear.
Yes, I closed it because I'm going to show it later. Okay, so see you in a few minutes. I'm coming back, and while we're waiting for the others, okay?
Stefano, mi senti?
Sì, benissimo.
Ecco, sì. No, domandavo, è già in corso la registrazione?
Sono 7 minuti.
Ok, va bene, sì.
È partita automaticamente in realtà, io non ho fatto nulla, era già nel...
Impostato? Ah,
sì. La prossima volta, vabbè, credo che sia proprio nelle impostazioni iniziali, no? La registrazione.
Non lo so, però sì, presumo si possa fare, sì.
L'ha fatto Laura, peraltro, mi risulta. No?
Professore, buonasera.
Hello again.
Okay.
Ciao Laura.
Buonasera.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Minku Georgiev.
Okay. It will be difficult to pronunciate it correctly, but we'll try it. My name is Antonio, as you know.
Yes.
And so we are going to introduce ourselves. Laura, avevate detto ovviamente... Ah, ecco anche Stefano. Piacere di conoscerci.
Buonasera, professore.
Ci siamo già incontrati forse in qualche occasione, può darsi.
Immagino di no, perché io sono stato a Pisa relativamente poco causa Covid, ecco.
Allora...
in visiting, però non è forse probabilmente da remoto, questo sì.
Può darsi, sì.
Questo sì. In presenza temo di no.
Ciao Claudia.
Professore, buonasera.
Avevate detto 6 ore italiana, vero?
Sì, sì. Sì.
Perché non siamo tutti sullo stesso fuso orario.
Ok.
Ci avevate pensato a questo?
Casomai li convoco. Adesso mi ha telefonato la professoressa Sirsi, che è stata senza energia elettrica tutto il giorno.
Sì, me l'aveva scritto anche a me.
Sconvolta, però mi ha detto che le hanno ripristinato tutto. Sorry, Professor Minko, we are just talking about technical details. Okay.
So the problem is that the time is not the same for all of us. The time. So.
Excuse me, I cannot hear. What about the time?
The time is not the same for everybody here.
Now now 5 minutes to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And I think East Europe time is same as Central Europe time. I don't know, because yesterday we changed the time, and 1 hour 1 hour we stopped, and now if we keep now we are same as Central Europe time. October we starting everything just like Central Europe.
Yeah, but we made the same change, so we are 1 hour earlier than you. So
yes, this is just for Italy, or I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure about it. So
now 7 p.m.
Yeah, we fear that the others foreign legal experts could have been mistaken about the time.
Yes.
Ciao Alberto.
Ciao Antonio. Ciao.
Buonasera a tutti.
Ciao Eleonora.
Buonasera.
Ciao Eleonora.
Okay, I've seen that the platform just changed the time for the people who are not living at the same time of Italy. So it is 7 o'clock for Professor Georgiev and for the other participants. So I don't think that there is this problem that that we are talking about. I can see also Dr. Patika and Professor Tudor. Can you hear us?
Yeah, hello. I can hear you. I can see you.
Okay. Good evening. We cannot see you.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out somehow.
Okay.
Because my camera is on, but unfortunately, you cannot see me. I will try to figure it out.
Okay. Okay, I think that everybody is here. Good evening, Professor Tudor and
Selina Novak.
Professor Novak. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I see.
Okay.
She's connected. Yes.
Okay. Well, so may we start?
Yes. If Stefano, have you already turned on the recording? Yes. Okay. So.
Yes, it's
Okay.
working.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Welcome to everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm very glad to meet you and to host you, so to speak, at the University of Pisa, even though in a virtual context. Let's hope that our project will give us the opportunity to meet us in person someday in Pisa, in Tuscany. And I'm also excited to start finally our project. From a bureaucratic perspective, this is our kickoff meeting. And so we are initiating AFRADE, and you know that AFRADE means exactly agricultural frauds detection towards a more effective risk analysis and a stronger cooperation among member states tackling frauds in European agricultural subsidies. A project that, as you know, has been funded by the European Anti-Fraud Office. Okay, this is the agenda for today. A first round just to briefly introduce ourselves to each other, and then we will get into the substance of our project. Allow me to begin by introducing myself and also by giving you an overview of our team, which consists not only of individuals coming from different European countries, European legal backgrounds, but also brings together several different competencies, skills, and professional experiences. And so this will give us the opportunity to get to a very good result if we will be able to trigger these synergies. My name is Antonio Vallini. As you know, I'm professor of criminal law at the University of Pisa. And in this team, in our cooperation, my role is that of principal investigator. That is to say, I am responsible for administrative issues and of coordinating our network. And to be honest, I have to tell you that I'm neither the heart nor the brain of the scientific and methodological contents of this project. And that's why I like to keep also in the future only a formal role in this project. The one who wrote down this project and thanks to whom we succeeded in securing European funds is Dr. Claudia Cantisani, who also serves us as Italian legal expert. And assisting her in the project management and from a scientific and also from a logistical point of view is our research fellow, Dr. Laura Ricci. Recently, we also hired an expert, an Italian expert for dissemination and for communication between us and with the project officers. And his name is Stefano Porfido. And welcome to Stefano. I'm also meeting him for the first time today. I'm very grateful also to my esteemed colleagues of my faculty, of my university, who decided to support our effort with their competence and their expertise. And I'm talking about Alberto Gargani and Eleonora Sirsi. The first one is a professor, full professor of criminal law, as I am, and the latter is full professor of agricultural law. Then I'm very eager to get to know our foreign legal experts who come from Bulgaria, Poland, Romania, and Slovakia, who are respectively Professors Minko Georgiev, Selina Novak, Monica Tudor, and Dr. Andrei Fatika. Okay, if you agree, I would propose you the following order for our introductions. We will begin with the Italian academic team, so namely with Professors Alberto Gargani and Eleonora Sirsi. Afterwards, we will proceed to introduce our foreign legal experts in the order I mentioned earlier. And following these introductions, I kindly ask Dr. Porfido to briefly introduce himself. And then I will give the floor, last but not least, to Claudia Cantisani and Laura Ricci, who will not only introduce themselves, but also give us an overview of the project. And this will be the heart of our meeting today. And after which you are welcome to ask any questions, to make any intervention related to the points of the main points, to the main points of the presentation that Claudia and Laura are going to give us. So please, Alberto Gargani first.
Thank you very much. Good evening to everyone. I'm glad to meet you. Just a few words of presentation. I am Alberto Gargani, professor in criminal law at the University of Pisa. At first, I would like to thank the principal investigator, my colleague and friend, Professor Antonio Vallini, for inviting me to be part of this interesting project about European agriculture subsidy frauds. Secondly, I would thank Claudia Cantisani and Laura Ricci for the efficient organization and preparation of this meeting. As you know, my function in this research project is senior researcher. I will have to supervise criminal issues concerning cross-border European Union agricultural subsidy frauds and their prosecution at supranational level. In the past, I have studied agri-food crimes, referring to crimes against public health and food fraud and adulteration, a subject connected but distinct from the which one of our law study that concerns the multi-offensiveness of European agriculture frauds. I think that insofar the project focuses on the entire anti-fraud cycle of prevention, detection, and response to fraud, our research program involves many crucial and very actual questions of criminal policy. There are really many points of interest. And in conclusion, let me say that for all these reasons, I'm glad of being part of this project. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Alberto and Eleonora.
I am introduce myself, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, good evening. I am Eleonora Sirsi, full professor of agricultural law at the University of Pisa. The evolution of the common agricultural policy, its purposes, is intervention models, and in particular the role of the member states continue to raise our attention in our field of study. The topic of fraud in the European shared management funds for agriculture is certainly particularly interesting for the purpose of assessing the effectiveness of protection in the agricultural field, but with reference to the market actors and taking into account the purposes of the general interest as regarded by the European Green Deal, the Farm to Fork strategy, and the biodiversity strategy. Thanking you all for your time. I wish us to a fruitful work and lots of appreciable results.
Thank you. Okay, I'm giving the floor to our foreign guests. So please correct the pronunciation of your names. And the first one in my order is Minko Georgiev from Bulgaria.
Hello, nice to meet you, Antonio. Nice to meet you, everybody. My name is Minko Georgiev. I'm associate professor from Agricultural University from Bulgaria. I have expertise because I am a lecturer of agricultural law, and I have a university degree from economics, and I combine these knowledges, and I hope that will help our projects. And what can I say about me? I am a delegate from Bulgaria in organization of CDR. This is organization of agricultural law in Europe and other countries. And my expertise of in process of payments, subsidies, of course, legal system of Europe and Bulgaria also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And from Poland, Professor Selina Nowak, but I cannot see her. Okay, I can now. Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. Good evening from Warsaw. I'm a professor of criminal law at the Institute of Law Studies of the Polish Academy of Sciences. I am at the same time the head of the institute, and I have been doing projects on EU fraud and the protection of the financial interests of the Union for almost 20 years now. And I was invited to join the team as an expert for Poland. But again, I don't have any expertise in the agricultural law per se. We do have other experts in the institute. So if there's anything needed from this side, I can always ask my colleagues to assist me. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, I think. Thank you.
Thank you. You will be surely assisted. The diversity of our experience is an opportunity for us. So no problem for that. And the next one in my list is Professor Monica Tudor from Romania. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Hi. Nice to meet you all here. I'm Monica Tudor. I work at the Institute of Agricultural Economics from the Romanian Academy. I'm a researcher in the field of agriculture and sociology in the rural area of Romania for more than 23 years. So during my career, I always look on the different dimension of the legislative impact on the Romanian farm system, actually, because during the transition, it was a very long period of permanent changing in our legislation that very much affecting all the systems. So my background is more economic, and I'm based on this assessment related to the impact of the changing in the legislation on the farm systems. I think that could have a contribution to development of.
Thank you. And okay, from Slovakia, we selected Dr. Fatica Andrei Fatica, I imagine, the order of the name. And okay, I give you this floor.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me well. My name is Andrei Fatica. It's nice to see you all. What should I say? Well, I have the degree from law and policy sciences. However, I'm not working in the academic field. Currently, I'm the Director General of the Control Section in the Government Office in Slovakia. The Control Section, or within the Control Section, there is the National Office for OLAF. So we as such are responsible for the agenda of protection of financial interests of European Union. We're supposed to coordinate all the activities that are related to protection of financial interests of European Union in Slovakia. Before I was working also in OLAF as an investigator. And to OLAF, I came again from the government office where I really started from the bottom level when I started to work as the control manager. Then I was the team leader. Then later I was in charge of the policy matters. Later I became the director of the National Office for OLAF. And then I went to the OLAF. Working as an investigator, and I came back as Director General, which might not be the truth in few days because we have the new government and the changes in Slovakia are quite massive now. However, it doesn't really matter. There is not much people dedicated to this specific area in Slovakia, so I'm not really that afraid. And I never was very thirsty for functions, but more for the work as such. So I have actually experience from my own controls that I conducted, but also from other audit reports that we are analyzing that are linked to the agriculture area. To the project side of the agriculture area, but also to the direct payments that are linked to the land as such. So yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of systematic failures. I've seen a lot of frauds even. So I believe with help with some of my colleagues, I could donate quite interesting results. Let's see. Hopefully, it is going to be like that. Thank you.
We cannot hear, Antonio, please.
Can you hear me? Okay, sorry. I have just thought that the expertise of Fatica will be particularly useful for us, evidently. And okay, it's the turn of Stefano Porfido.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Vallini. Thank you to all these distinguished colleagues and experts for your presentation, for joining this group, this research group. As of me, I am a PhD candidate. Likely I will discuss my defense, my dissertation in a few weeks. And my background is in criminal law, so legal background. And I'm joining this research group as an Italian legal expert with the main function of supporting the activity of Laura and Claudia. And also my task will include dissemination and reporting and mainly logistic activities. So feel free to contact me next time if you wish, so that I can put you in contact with the other and deal with these organizational issues. And I think I will leave the floor to Claudia and Laura.
Yes. Hello, good evening to everybody. I'm very glad to see you all around this table, this virtual table. First of all, I would like to thank you, the PI and Professor Antonio Vallini, for giving us the opportunity to develop this research, in particular this topic, which was very urgent according to the OLAF reports of the last years, and for assisting us in the drafting of the project as well, and in the elaboration of the main ideas that are behind this comparative study. And then I would like to thank also Professor Gargani and Professor Sirsi because of their participation and the general assistance for their competences in the field. I am the Italian legal expert for this project, and I'm currently also postdoc research fellow at the University of Scuola Superiore Sant'Anna, which is the Superior School of Advanced Study in Pisa. And my background is of criminal law in particular, and I have some competences as well in comparative and international criminal law as a part-time professor. I can perhaps finish with the presentation, and then we will go on with the topic more in detail.
Okay, so Professor, if you want, I can go on and.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go on.
Okay, so good evening to everybody. I'm really pleased to meet you all, albeit not in person, but in a virtual meeting, but it is okay for now. And I'm Laura Ricci. I'm the junior researcher of this project. Actually, I am a PhD candidate, but I'm going to achieve my PhD in a month. And I'm also a postdoc researcher at the University of Pisa in the field of criminal law. I work with Professor Vallini, and my fields of research are especially criminal immigration law and transnational crimes, so transnational criminal law. And also I'm interested in legal and historian aspects of criminal law, of colonial criminal law, but this is another part of my expertise. I don't have a special expertise in this field because it's a very, very particular one, but I hope to build it up during this project. And for now, I'm just going to provide you some logistic details, and I'm going just to explain how the project structure is structured, and I'm just giving you some more details and general information about the project. And then in the second part, I will introduce the core questions behind this project, and Claudia will finish with these more scientific aspects. So I prepared a presentation, a very brief one, with Claudia, so we are sharing this presentation. Allow me to share it. Okay. Okay. Can you see?
Now we can.
Okay, maybe now.
Okay.
Okay, so as already explained by Professor Vallini, the name of the project is Agricultural Frauds Detection, and the duration is 29 months. So it will it has started in January, and it will be completed in May 2025. We are a little bit delayed. Maybe some of you already know that we had some delays, but it is everything in accordance with the amendment we proposed with the project. So it is we are on time, even if delayed. And the team we have just known all the participants, so I'm just going really briefly here, and here is the content. So the content of the project, just to give you a brief overview. So AFRADE aims at delivering this comparative study. So this is why we needed to have legal experts from other countries to take part in the project in order to have this comparative study on different legislations and praxis and realities of other countries. And the reason why we have chosen these countries is because they have a high rates of frauds according to the OLAF reports. So this is why we've chosen to involve scholars and experts from these other countries. Of course, it is just an idea, because there is also a black number of frauds, and maybe these are not the more affected countries, but according to these reports, especially the one from the last years, it appeared that Italy and Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, and Slovakia are the most affected by these frauds. That's why we involved these countries in our comparative study. And we believe that this this comparison could lead us to have an improving on the analytical capability in agri-fraud detection at the supranational level, especially when the fraudulent schemes are transnational phenomenological type of fraudulent scheme that affect the financial interests of the European Union. And then we hope that, and the main goal is to use this comparative study to draft common guidelines to assess fraud risks, so to improve the capacity to prosecute these violations, and to improve the collaboration between these countries. And we will come back later to these points. Of course, it is just an overview of the main aspects of the project and the main goals. Let's talk about your tasks, because you have some specific tasks you are asked to, and this workshop is the first, but the main one is the drafting and then the publication of national legal reports. Here you have the deadlines, so we don't have so sorry, because I think that I wrote 2023, but it is 2024, of course. So June 2024, and then the publication is foreseen for the end of August. But of course, we can have some delays. If we have some delays, it is not a big problem, not a big issue, but it is just to have a schedule, an overall idea of the timing of our project. And then we have this big appointment you are invited to. It is the final conference at the end of the project, and it will take place at the University of Pisa. And during the conference, we will have the opportunity to meet in person, first of all, and then to expose the results of our research to stakeholders and people who are interested in these themes. We have also other appointments. You are not required to take part as foreign legal experts, but you are always welcome, which are seminars for target groups. We are going to have these 3 seminars between May and by the end of May, or between maybe December and May. And during these seminars, we are going to discuss different topics. So first, the first one is about critical issues concerning the paying agencies checks on beneficiaries and the reporting of frauds. And we would like to ask you to help us to build a networking in order to have stakeholders to invite to take part to our seminars. So, for example, in this case, the first one, we are going to invite members of, course, paying agencies and members of administrative authorities in this field. During the second one, we are going to talk about the more specific to patterns and scams of cross-border agricultural frauds. So it is more a criminal law topic in this second seminar to be tackled, and we will also invite you to help us to have to invite and find external participants, because during these seminars it is important to discuss these themes also in order to help you to draft these national legal reports, because it is quite sure that many important issues will emerge during these seminars. So you are naturally invited to take part. And the third one is again focused on criminal law issues and prosecuting issues, always concerning agricultural frauds. So you are invited. We will have time to organize these seminars, and you will be naturally involved in the organization. And let's go back to your main task, the drafting of legal reports. We will be talking a lot now about this task, don't worry, because it's a big thing for you. I think that it is the main effort we are asking you, and the type of document we are asking is an analytical law study on legal system, on your legal system concerning this overall topic of management and of EU funds, and in the field of common agricultural policy, and also to give us an useful insight into the topic of frauds and affecting the financial interests of the European Union. And we are giving you supporting activities, as already mentioned, these seminars. first of all, but we are planning to have internal meetings with us, exchange of drafts of the works, in order to work together during the drafting of these documents, because at the end they will be, of course, published, and they will be the base to build the guidelines, which are the main output of our research. Here is the aim of this work. So, building a state of art of critical issues of the current legal framework concerning your country, of course, and that could give us the opportunity to investigate these aspects and to find similarities, but also to discover how do we the authorities can interpret the violation as a criminal law one or as an administrative one, if there is an harmonization, or if the differences are really strong and can affect the capacity to prosecute the transnational fraudulent schemes, as already said. So we could also, through this work, identify red flags, which is another main goal of our research, and risk assessment techniques through this comparative activity. So it is really, really essential, this part of the project for us, and it is a very big task we are asking you to complete. But at the end, we believe that this work would lead us to have a general view of the topic and really to identify the weaknesses of the system, and to give an useful output also for the OLAF investigative and the European Prosecution Office too, and so to have a useful output and not only an academic one, which is of course useful, but this type of work has also a practical side, which is very we believe that could be very appreciated at the European level. So here are our core questions to be answered through this work. And the first, so these questions could give us base to build a structure for this document. So we can just start to discuss these issues, and then we can go more deeply in another context, maybe in other virtual meetings. But just let's start to see the overall questions, which is, I think, that the base for your future work. So core questions, and there are a lot. I am starting and then giving the floor to Claudia. We decided to divide this part because she's more into the research more than me for the moment. But just the initial questions to be answered are really descriptive ones. So first, the description of these funds. What are shared management, common agricultural policy funds? So how do they work? What are their relevance in your country? They and what do they finance? Which type of activities do they finance in your country? And the second question is a very urgent one. So how work the bodies responsible for the payment of these funds in your countries, because this is a focal point, we think. And here there is a collaboration between the supranational level and the national level that needs to be very observed and explained, because every country has maybe a different approach to this part of the activity. And then who is responsible for the detection and reporting of irregularities and suspected frauds, which is a question that is connected to the previous one. And then I think that Claudia could go on with the presentation if you want. I hope that everything is clear. If you have questions, please, you can intervene later. We can just finish the presentation and then open the debate if you want. Thank you.
Yes, if there are no questions, I would go on. Thank you, Laura, for your brief and effective presentation of all the contents of this project that I suppose you are already familiar with, also because you received the discussion paper that entails, I would say, the core issues that we are dealing with in this research. Now, to go on with these questions, perhaps, I don't know if Laura can go on with, can I go on with the slides?
Can you?
Change the slides? Yes, I can. I did not know that I was able to do this. So the next.
Okay.
As you noticed before, we are dealing now with share management funds related to agriculture, which means that the member states play a very relevant role in attributing these payments to the beneficiaries. And in particular, paying agencies are responsible for reporting and detection of irregularities and suspected frauds, because they have to select these beneficiaries and control who they are and the eligibility conditions for aiming to receive these funds. So we will have to do with these administrative bodies, and in particular with the means of communication, the information exchange strategies among these authorities, and also among authorities and OLAF and European institutions. The second part of our research is mostly related to the so-called indicators or fraudulent indicators or red flags that are related to the criminological aspects of our research. What are the most frequent red flags and what are the most common criminal schemes in this sector? This is very relevant for us also because OLAF reports showed that in this field, transnational frauds related to agriculture seem to follow some specific patterns, some typical schemes that tend to recur. So for us could be very interesting just to analyze these schemes and indicators in order to develop the criminal law research, which is mainly focused on the legal definitions of irregularities and suspected frauds. As you can imagine, the study of the legal definition can lead us to more efficiently understand how can proper reporting strategies be developed. How can they be developed at domestic level? So the other question is, what are the most relevant and problematic implications of cross-border agricultural frauds? Can national authorities even exchange information efficiently? So we have here all the procedural aspects that we will deal with in the third seminar that is planned in the next months. What obstacles can hinder effective communication among national authorities? Then we have to deal also with IT tools, with possible means of communication or databases that are provided for collecting data and relevant information regarding irregularities and suspected frauds. And we have to focus on, at least presumably, we should focus on how do they really work. Are they efficient enough to work and to let states communicate with each other? What are the most relevant consequences of national differences related to the aforementioned topics? So what impact do they have on the AFCO's activities, which are the anti-fraud offices at domestic level for each national legal system, and on OLAF and EPPO investigations? These are the practical obstacles. These are the practical obstacles that we should hinder through our research, giving a practical output entailed then in the guidelines. Which solution can be outlined? This is our contribution with this research. So with this list of questions, we would like to at first start the debate in order to understand if these questions are really worthy for our research, if they really have significance and meaning for our comparative study, and your experience and competences should be useful for trying to give an answer at least. And it would be very interesting to perhaps reflect all together on the most appropriate methods for for developing this research, considering that this research will cover many areas, many fields of inquiry. As we saw, administrative law for the paying agencies functioning, criminal law for the legal definitions of frauds and irregularities, and then we have the criminological part, which is related to the red flags and the indicators and the typical fraudulent schemes. And then finally, we have this procedural part related to the functioning of national bodies competent for administrative and criminal investigations in agricultural frauds. So I would say, let's start the dance.
Okay, I'm not good in dancing, but I think, okay, we can start discussing this. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Claudia, for this very well done presentation. But okay, we'll have time to get through all these issues. But today, okay, we have also 1 hour or something like that. And so I will reserve the rest of our meeting for a discussion, for first questions, first problematics that could come from this presentation. We are very interested, especially in questions that can come from our foreign legal experts. Please, Dr. Fatica.
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. It would be really helpful if we could have it. However, I wanted to ask, as the first question, are we going to investigate further both shared management issues and also direct payments, or are we going to focus only on shared management?
In our project, only share management funds are considered.
I cannot hear Selina Novak. I don't know if this is a problem.
No, I was I was waiting for you to confirm that I can speak. Thank you guys for the presentation. I understand that the project and the research will cover a variety of topics, obviously, which is quite challenging for us. But what I wanted to talk a little bit or ask you is about the methodology of the comparisons, because do you expect to have a kind of a questionnaire or just to help us, whether you want us to write what we think? I mean, I've taken part in many comparative law projects, and we usually had some kind of a questionnaire for reports, and then it would make the comparisons easier for everyone. So maybe you could elaborate on that.
Yes, Laura, should I answer? Si. Yes, we will have a questionnaire. It's planned. This is planned right after the workshop. So in this first meeting, we are trying to analyze the core topics and core problematic issues, and then we will draft this in order to have an outline for everybody. Perhaps I think that it could be very useful for us that we frequently have brief speeches, perhaps not all together if not everybody of us is able to participate, but it could be very useful to have most frequently dialogues on the topic in order to better understand what questions can be more urgent than other, for example.
So the questionnaire will be ready after this meeting today. Did I understand you correctly?
In the following days.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Monica Tudor.
Yeah, actually, it's something that following the Selina's question. So I suppose that you suggest as methodology kind of survey that could be applied to the shared management authorities in our countries, let's say. So, but for us in this moment, it's quite challenging. And it's all the information are quite new for us. So your approach and your vision, your questions, we need a little bit of time to digest those questions actually before to have an answer to you. So I think that in this moment we need to reflect a little bit on that, because you guys, you know the context of your project, but for us was some briefly information is a lot of informations. And if I remember correctly, actually it's a long list of issues that needs to be tackled during our studies. So maybe it will be better to reflect a little bit and to have your presentations beforehand. After that, could elaborate some suggestions or something like that. But that was my first idea. And the second one is related to the idea of time frame for developing our analysis, because now we are in between the two programming period in the CAP strategy, the Common Agricultural Policy implementation. So the last one will be finished this year, and the new one just started. So maybe it will be better to clarify this aspect. We'll focus on a specific period of time or an extending period of time is our analysis, because the problematic are different between different time period and after the Romanian accession to the European Union, those problems related to the reports on false declaration of the different and implementation of the measures, what's, let's say, corrected during the time. So was not something because they intend to fraud the system, but was something related to the bureaucracy, and maybe in some cases some farmers or even the payment agency don't understood correctly how to do that. So it was doing a learning and doing something like that in Romania. We could put the stigma of fraud on all those things in Romania. So I think that we need to clarify the period and how to approach that system. Thank you. That's for my top of my mind here in this moment.
Thank you for all these suggestions. Very important. Yeah. And okay, this is the kind of panic one always feels when at the beginning of a project, but I think everything will be clearer by going on. So I don't know, Claudia, maybe have you something to say? And also I see Laura.
Yes, thank you, Monica. Can I just call you by your name? Monica Tudor, yes. Okay, yes, thank you for the suggestion. We will we'll have to think about that, because perhaps you already noticed this. I have this, I don't remember exactly, because this observation was, we already received this observation, but I don't remember exactly. But I suppose that we should keep in mind the past. If we have this transitional period, we should at least consider what happened before, perhaps. But we should discuss about it, perhaps after this workshop, in order to really understand what's really worthy for us.
Laura?
Yes, just a little thing. We can discuss this aspect also in the developing of the research. So, as said by Claudia, we are planning also to have small meetings, more concerned on specific issues. So if something should have more relevance, we can discover it during these smaller meetings, I think. And we can also see step by step the research, how it develops, and also to understand which are the most important sides to explore. I think that we don't worry, because this is just the beginning. It was just a briefing, just to give you some ideas of the main lines of research, but we can build it during the developing of the project. So this is just an initial meeting to know each other and to say these are the big themes we should tackle, but we are not compelled to explore in detail all these aspects. And it is also important to see if we can talk to each other. This is how also the meaning of comparative work, I think, because when we say something, we don't mean always the same thing, and it is important to discuss step by step the research output, I think.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe it will be better after that to develop a kind of template, because if you want to have something that comparative analysis between all those countries need to have a common approach. So maybe it would be better to have a template to know exactly how to tackle each issue. But it would be for the next meeting, I suppose, this type of template. Thank you.
Excuse me, Antonio.
I'm just checking in if there is someone who wants to ask a question or make an intervention. Okay, the important is keeping in touch. You can write emails and every questions you will have in the future to our research fellow, to Laura and to Claudia. You have the addresses. So, and I don't know. Is there any question more or problem we have to afford? Also logistical ones. Laura, Claudia, it's enough.
Okay, if I'm going to share with you our presentation with the correct deadlines, so you can also have an idea of the timing of the project. And from now, I think that Stefano will have the management of the network. So maybe it will be the person who's sending emails and so on, and reminders and so on. But we stay at disposal. You have our contacts. The starting point is the questionnaire. We are going to draft it in a few days and send you, and then we can give a we can find another moment to discuss these topics, and we are giving you some infos about the seminars, because we are going to organize it in the coming months. So if you don't have any other questions or suggestions, I think we talked about the general information, but we have time to develop the small aspects, I think.
Antonio, your micro, it's closed.
Okay. Thank you, Laura. And you are right. Sorry, I forgot Stefano only because he's new in our research. Sorry, Stefano. And so maybe, Stefano, do you have something to say about the logistical issues, or is everything clear?
No, everything is clear. Of course, as Laura was saying, please refer to me. I will share with you my email. At the moment, it's still my email from Sant'Anna, that is my current institution. I'm not sure that it will be kept alive after my discussion, but I know that in a few days I will have also the account from UNIP. Therefore, I will share as of now my current email, but don't worry, because as there is the new account, I will also share it with you so that we keep the continuity. And nothing logistically, as we were saying, now we will prepare the documents to share, the questionnaire to share with you. We'll keep exchange, and then we can set the next step toward the first seminar, of course, that are mainly continuitistic. Also, if I may add something, I think that indeed, comparatively, the problem of establishing a common understanding of what fraud is, it will take a central stage, but this is mainly the work left to Claudia and Claudia. Therefore, I stop here. And nothing logistically, I think there are no issues. I'm just in touch with the administrative personnel from the UNIP, University of Pisa, as to ensure the transition, if I may borrow some words from the Green Deal. and nothing, it's I think everything is fine. Of course, I'm in touch with Laura and Claudia, therefore, whatever issues.
I just, excuse me, Stefano. I just have to add an aspect. We have a website.
Yeah.
We are building this website. If you agree, it would be nice to build a section with our presentations. So if you want to send a photo to put on the website in the coming days, we are preparing also this part of the dissemination side. And we will have also some, I think, accounts on LinkedIn or something like this in order to identify and find stakeholders for our seminars and our public events. So I will give you some more news about this, but if you agree, you can send us your a short presentation and a photo so we can have this section completed, and we will send you, of course, the website. Monica?
There is, I guess, in the
Yeah, and if we're talking about surveys and stakeholders and so on and so far, don't forget about the GDPR rules, because we need to have at hand something that they too need to sign, actually related to their participation and their anonymous involvement in the horizon. Their opinion will not be will not be identified as the person, something like that. So I think that you are perfectly aware about all these aspects related to the European project, and actually will be necessary to have this let's say document and to be signed by all the people that will answer to our questions. So all the interviewees need to sign an agreements with us that and express their, let's say, their openness for the GDPR rules according to the European legislation in the horizons. So be careful on that, because maybe could come only from you, this document, and we'll need to have it before starting all the surveys, all the interviews or something like that.
Yeah,
it's something that needs to be developed.
Yeah, well, there will be a protocol to follow, of course, and standards to be compliant with in terms of privacy and secrecy also, I think. So, yes.
Claudia?
Yes. Thank you, Monica. I wanted to add that our research is not just desk research. We do not have to only do the analysis of the legislation and of the case law. Of course, we will have also to do interviews or go more in practice, perhaps also with experts that are able to give us information, relevant information on the practices of the offices, for example. This is, yes. Thank you for the suggestion.
Professor?
If there isn't any question more, I think we can stop our meeting, our today's meeting. And it has been an honor to meet you, to get to know you. And so let's start. Let's get started with our project AFRADE. So in the background, we could hear the reason of our delay. So the cry of of the baby of Laura.
And don't afraid of this project.
So I'm sorry. I hope that, okay.
Actually, what was quite interesting for me, and I'm laughing a lot when I saw the acronym of the project. Because being something when the pronunciation afraid of. Don't afraid.
But don't be afraid.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Don't be afraid. See you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Thank
evening.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye.